Good day, Gunners. You may have known this channel for news recap, but I want to shock you with the full match analysis of what happened yesterday between Girona and Arsenal's game. In case you missed it, this is how it all went down. Girona 1, Arsenal 4, the full match recap. A 16-year-old just got screamed at on the pitch by a full Swedish international striker, and he answered him in 11 seconds with an assist. Then he did it again in the second half, except this time he scored it himself. By the end of this video, you're going to understand exactly why Mikel Arteta stood in front of the cameras after this game and said, and I quote, "Expectations should be high," about a kid who can't legally drive yet. Stick around, because this isn't a highlights reel. This is the full pundit breakdown, what actually happened, what it means, and the one thing Arsenal need to fix before a ball is kicked competitively: the setup. If you're subscribed to this channel, you know me for breaking the news first. Today I'm doing something different. I'm putting the pundit hat on because Girona 1, Arsenal 4 deserves more than a scoreline and a shrug. This was a genuine changing of the guard night, and I want to walk you through every layer of it. If this kind of deep breakdown is what you want from this channel, not just headlines, but the actual analysis, hit subscribe and tap that bell right now, because I've got a lot to get through, and I don't want you missing the next one against Real Betis on Wednesday, August 5th. The headline take. Here's the frame for everything that follows. No Saka, no Rice, no Raya, no Zubimendi. 4 of Arsenal's most important players not even involved, and it didn't matter. Arsenal went to Montilivi against a Girona side still rebuilding after relegation from La Liga and put 4 goals past them. But it's not the scoreline that matters here, it's who scored them. Havertz, Zolis, Dowman, Gabriel Jesus. 2 of the biggest storylines of Arsenal's entire summer. A 16-year-old academy graduate and a £34 million new signing, both delivered in the same 90 minutes. That doesn't happen by accident. My one-line verdict, and I'll defend this all video: Max Dowman just announced himself as undroppable from the first team conversation. Christos Zolis looks like a genuine like-for-like Trossard replacement, and Arsenal barely got out of second gear doing it. How it unfolded. Let's walk through it properly. Kickoff, 7 p.m, Montilivi. Arteta blends senior returners with academy talent. Kepa in goal, Ben White back from injury at right back wearing the armband, Mosquera and Calafiori at centre back, Hincapié at left back, Nwaneri and Luis Skelly flanking Havertz in midfield, and the front 3 of Dowman, Gyökeres and Zolis. 16 minutes in, Dowman turns his man, slices a through ball in behind that splits Gione's backline clean in half, and Havertz finishes calmly. 1-0. 14 minutes later, Zolis, first few minutes in Arsenal colours, breaks the flank, gets a shot away under pressure, deflection takes it in. 2-0. First goal for the club. That's exactly what you want from a summer signing. Immediate end product, not a settling in period. Girona respond early in the second half. 5 minutes after the restart, Arnau Martinez rises at a corner and heads home. 1 back. But watch Arsenal's response. No panic. 3 minutes later, Dowman draws one in from outside the box. 2 minutes after that, Gabriel Jesus pounces on a loose ball off a Ben White recovery. 4-1. 2 goals in 2 minutes, directly answering the concession. From there, 8 changes, academy players flooding on. The game becomes about fitness and minutes rather than a system. Arsenal see it out with zero drama. Now here's where I actually want to give you my read, not just the sequence of events. Start with Dowman, because this is the story of the night. Before that assist, Gyökeres, a senior international, visibly rips into him on the pitch for ignoring a run. What does a normal 16-year-old do in that moment? Shrink. Go quiet for 10 minutes. What did Dowman actually do? Set up the opening goal within seconds of being told off. That tells you everything about temperament, and temperament is the thing that actually predicts whether a wonder kid makes it or doesn't. And it wasn't a flash in the pan cameo either. This was a full 90-minute adjacent performance with the numbers to back it. 7 completed dribbles, top of the entire pitch, second only to White for duels won. Then in the second half, immediately after conceding, he's the one who restores the cushion with a strike from outside the box. Arteta's own words afterward. This time he's starting, assisting, scoring. I think today he had a really good game. That is a manager choosing his words publicly to signal this kid is now a genuine option, not a project being nursed along in cap ties. Now, Solis. I want to push back gently on the idea that a debut goal off a deflection doesn't mean much, because look at the underlying numbers. Most touches in the opposition box of anyone on the pitch, joint most shots. Arteta directly compared him to Trossard in the spaces he occupies and how direct he is on the ball. This isn't a speculative punt that happened to come off. This looks like a specifically scouted, tactically planned signing that's already fitting the system rather than trying to reinvent it. And that's the fastest way any new player settles in. If you are getting value from this level of breakdown, drop a like right now. It genuinely tells me whether to keep doing full punditry sessions like this one alongside the news content, so don't scroll past it. The one flag: honest, not panic. I'm not going to sit here and only give you good news, because that's not honest punditry. Arsenal conceded from a corner 5 minutes after halftime against a heavily changed backline. Is it a disaster? No. Is it worth ignoring? Also no. Concentration dipping right after the restart at a dead ball is exactly the kind of pattern a pundit is supposed to flag rather than wave away because the scoreline says 4-1. It's one goal in August against a relegated side, but set-piece discipline right after a restart is worth watching as the real fixture starts. Ben White, the story under the story. Everyone's talking about the two teenagers and the new signing, rightly so, but I don't want Ben White's night to get buried. This was his first appearance back since the knee injury that ended his season early. He started, he wore the armband, and it wasn't just a token run out. His recovery in the build-up directly led to Arsenal's fourth goal. A fit, functioning White, straight back to captain's armband level performance is a genuinely big deal heading into a title defense, and it deserves more attention than it's getting in the wider conversation. Arteta's own words and the transfer message. Post-match, Arteta didn't just talk about the performance, he talked about the window. His own line: we are really active, trying to improve and evolve the team. We won't sit still. Coming off a title win, that's a manager publicly signaling the ambition hasn't dropped for a second. He didn't confirm specific targets when pressed, and I'm not going to speculate beyond what he actually said, but put that quote next to Dowman and Solis's performances tonight, and you get a clear picture of a club building depth on two fronts at once, from within and from the market. What's next? Arsenal are in Dublin on August 5th to face Real Betis. Expect more minutes for Dowman and Solis to build on tonight. Expect Havertz, Gyökeres and Hincapié to keep being carefully managed given their late returns from World Cup duty. And keep an eye on whether Gabriel and Martinelli, who trained but didn't feature here, get eased in. So here's my full-time verdict. It's pre-season. It's one game. The opponent was a side rebuilding after relegation. I'm not calling this a title defense blueprint. But as an opening statement, this is about as good as it gets. Two of the summer's biggest storylines delivered in the same 90 minutes. A senior player returned from injury and looked sharp immediately, and the level barely dropped without four key starters. The one real concern is fixable with more minutes together as a unit. Genuine first team option already, or still want to be patient with? Let me know in the comments. I read every single one. And if you want the Real Betis breakdown the moment it happens, subscribe now, because that's exactly what's coming next on this channel. What is your take on Dowman? Undroppable or still developing? Drop your take below. Please like, share this video amongst other goodness, and subscribe to the channel for more.